Hi folks, we're getting down to the final videos for our health and safety chapter, but I did want to talk a little bit more about workplace violence and steps that employers should take to reduce it. It's one thing to say we should have policies on it, which all workplaces do. 99% of them will. We need to increase security through surveillance and alarms so that if people are feeling threatened, especially if they're working alone or whatever, and they're feeling like there might be something going on, or they're not confident that they're in a safe environment. There's some kind of surveillance like security available to help or to intervene. But the other thing I want to say is, what about thoroughly reference checking your people before you hire them, right? So make sure as much as you can when you're hiring new employees and you're doing reference checks, see whether or not people have had problems in their workplace and they have been violent in their workplace. Sometimes you can't ask if they've been violent in their workplace. That's, how's somebody going to answer that? I don't know. But you could get an idea to talk about some of the stressful situations they've been in and how they've handled it. Has there ever been a time when this employee has lost their cool while they worked with you, and how did they handle it? What did they do? So sometimes you can get an idea just by asking these situational or behavioral type questions, how they might be in your workplace. And again, you can never do enough training in anything, right? But make sure people know what workplace violence is, what constitutes violence, how to report it, what to do when they see it, those kinds of things, and some of the signs of violence. Sometimes I've heard some people say, what really helps me when I go to these training programs on workplace violence, because they said, you know what? I might have this problem at home and not even know I have it, or have this problem with my partner or with my kids, or, and I don't realize I'm being violent with them or they're being violent with me. You know what I mean? So it kind of opens your eyes to, things outside of your workplace too that happen. That could be, signs of violence in relationships, and some of the things that can be done to handle them. Right? And now I want to talk a little bit about employee wellness. Employee wellness is, again, something that HR puts into place. And again, we get a lot of input from our employees on these kinds of programs. But what they're really trying to do is they're really trying to be proactive in keeping employees healthy and keeping their well-being strong. There have been measurable outcomes related to increased productivity, being easier to recruit and to retain people, and, companies experiencing higher profit levels when they have full-fledged wellness programs that are endorsed and supported by their employees. So some of these programs can include stress management. A lot of companies put on seminars, those kinds of things, to help people control job stress, especially if you work in a high-tech industry or something like that, where there's always a lot going on. You have to work a lot of late hours. Employers need to know that if we have these expectations of our people, maybe we also have an obligation, and here's an opportunity to show them that we want to show them how they can control job stress. How to eat well, manage their weight, smoking cessation programs, and any kind of substance abuse programs that they have, Tai Chi, physical fitness programs, even having a gym or sponsoring gym memberships, even the practice of ergonomics, how you sit at your workstation, having comfortable chairs so that you can sit and feel comfortable at your workstation while you're working. All of these things are fabulous for employers to do. Now, in this last slide here, I'm not going to go through it, but you can click any of these links. They're directories for the Center for Occupational Health and Safety, Human Resources Development Canada, and all those good folks who have a lot to say on health and safety and how they support health and safety in the workplace. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed our series on health and safety, and enjoy your day.